7 o'clock. What y'all doing 7 o'clock tomorrow?
What's up? Just nothing.
Better not be no work, nigga. I know that.
No, I got 4 front rows to the throwing party.
I'm done.
All right.
No. It's the WNBA. No. I'm sorry. It's the WNBA game.
It's the same.
No, the WNBA game. It's the WNBA game. But right now, they not throwing T-shirts no more, bro. Yeah, you ain't sitting there throwing them.
How are you supposed to catch those though?
Like that. Listen. I was at the game last time. I was like, where the green one at?
Wait, do it again. What you do?
I caught my ass.
Nah, bro. Nah.
Hell no.
Nah.
It's the new thing.
You got one, bro.
We're not even watching the game no more. We just waiting. You're just waiting now.
Chaos has officially taken over the WNBA. And no, this isn't about a fight or bad referee call. It's about more green dildos being launched onto the court mid-game.
The funny thing is like my parents and my sister, they literally text me after or before every single game, like saying good luck, like da-da-da, you know? And my mom, I'll send it so everyone can see this. But my mom, she goes, instead of like my good luck text, she goes, watch out for flying dildos tonight. And then the other one said, did you really just post the dildo tweet? It got some legs. And she goes, it's funny, a lot of others think so too. Did you see the dildo hit the court? I was like, I never thought that I'd be talking about this with Mama P.
Hitting players, interrupting play, and sending the league into full-on damage control. And the craziest part? Sophie Cunningham warned this would happen. And then it happened to her.
Dildo.
Dude, green machine. Green machine.
That's
honestly
electric.
Dude, it's funny. Like, don't get me wrong.
You had a response.
It's hilarious. But then I tweeted, like, I was low-key joking. And I think people, like, I was like joking but serious, but like more joking than serious. I wasn't even thinking about my ankles. I was thinking about, like, if someone threw that thing and, like, first of all, the bounce that thing had, if that smacked someone in the face, you know that's going to be plastered everywhere. And if it didn't hit, if it came from the top, I didn't even feel it. Dude, I'm thinking about, like, if it gets, like, I just know how things go viral now, and I just know if that thing, like, even came from, like, the rafters or bounced and just slapped me right in the face, that would be what I'd be known for life. So I was just trying to protect all of our images. And yeah, break a f***ing nose, what the heck?
But how did this bizarre trend even start? And why are fans doubling down despite arrests, public outrage, and league crackdowns? What you're about to hear might be the strangest and most controversial segment in women's basketball history. It all started with one strange interruption. In the middle of a WNBA game, Hayes drove to the hoop, got blocked by Maya Caldwell, and then, out of nowhere, something green bounced across the court.
And 8 assists to add. Hayes gets blocked by Maya Caldwell. Something flies on the court, actually, from the crowd. The officials will say they will continue play as that goes off the fingertips of the Valkyries. But that needs to be addressed. Well, let's go back to the block, though. Hayes thinks she has the clean shot, and Maya Caldwell just comes over and saves the possession. Excellent defense from Caldwell, and that's her job. That normally, Jordan Canada didn't know something flew on the court. She's being told right now.
At first, nobody could tell what it was. Then the broadcast replay zoomed in, and the internet erupted. The object? A bright green dildo, thrown from the stands. The officials hesitated for a second, but decided to keep the game going. Security scrambled to figure out where it came from. But by that point, the clip was already making the rounds online. The video didn't just capture the flying object, it also caught a massive airball, adding an extra layer of mockery for the WNBA. What most thought was a one-off turned out to be just the beginning. At the very next reported incident, play was stopped again as another green object sailed onto the floor. A man casually picked it up, smirked, and walked away, almost as if mocking the situation.
Got a whistle away from the basketball.
It was clear this was starting to become a thing. But the turning point came with the third big incident, because this time the target was Sophie Cunningham.
The Fever played the Sparks last night, and it was the third installment of Flying Dildo Gate. That's right, we had another dildo come flying out of the stands this time and nail Sophie Cunningham. Somebody protect her at all cost. Somebody protect Sophie Cunningham at all cost. She is offered a retort after said dildo drubbing out on the court.
And here's where it gets ironic. Sophie had just posted on social media telling fans to stop. Her exact words, "Stop throwing dildos on the court. You're going to hurt one of us."
It's been going on quite a bit, and just in case you haven't been taking women's sports seriously.
I haven't.
Last Friday, Sophie Cunningham, who's in the W, she tweeted this out. She said, "Stop throwing dildos on the court. You're going to hurt one of us."
The post got plenty of attention at the time, but nothing compared to what happened next. In that game, another green dildo came flying through the air and hit Sophie directly. Fans on social media immediately labeled it poetic justice. Her original post did not age well, as commenters gleefully pointed out. The incident went massively viral. 184,000 likes, 13,000 reposts, and endless memes.
And then late last night, after another one happened, she actually responded to her own ex-post saying, "This did not age well," and here's the video as to why.
4 here before halftime. Oh, look out. Something just came onto the floor.
Bad choice of wording.
Just flew in as the free throw was being...
They're always kicking it. No one wants to pick it up.
No.
It looked like that hit a player, too.
They don't like penises in the WNBA, Josh. Come on.
Surprise!
Well, I mean,
obvious
who
reasons
wants
for that.
Ew, penis.
Someone coming out with a hazmat, and it's always, just so you know, it's a trend. It's always lime green.
At this point, the trend was no longer just a prank. It had become a cultural moment, a meme-worthy tradition that certain corners of the internet were determined to keep alive. Fans began joking about bringing their own to games. Some speculated it might even be a marketing stunt, pointing out Sophie's paid partnership with Arby's and her I Have the Meats campaign. Others suggested the league should lean into it, using the chaos as a bizarre attendance booster. Meanwhile, the WNBA tried to restore order. Security checks got tighter. People were arrested for throwing objects, but the incidents kept coming. One was caught in the stands before it could reach the court. Another made its way to the floor during warm-ups. And in one clip, a fan grabbed the object barehanded and hid it under his shirt, like some kind of trophy. By this point, we were up to at least 4 or 5 documented cases. Commentators joked that it had become the league's most entertaining moment since Caitlin Clark's injury took her out of action. The chaos reached its peak when back-to-back games were interrupted, with fans openly mocking the league online. TikTok edits, Twitter memes, and even fake rules for dildo-throwing minigames were being posted. Some clips perfectly captured the absurdity, with an airball immediately following the throw. It was like the internet couldn't decide if this was a scandal or the best marketing the WNBA had ever gotten. For the league, it's a nightmare. They've worked for years to build credibility, increase viewership, and focus on the athleticism of their players. Now the conversation is dominated by an object that has nothing to do with basketball. But here's the real problem. This isn't just about the WNBA's image. It's about player safety. Whether it's a prank or not, anything thrown at a player mid-game can cause injury. And as Sophie herself pointed out, you're going to hurt one of us. Still, the cultural side of sports is unpredictable. Sometimes the strangest moments are the ones that stick. In an era where viral clips drive attention, the WNBA has to figure out how to shut this down, or risk it becoming part of their identity. So what do you think? Should the WNBA crack down harder on this chaos, or just embrace it for the attention it's bringing? If you're still watching, drop green dildo in the comments so I know you made it to the end.
Skyscrapers, best young core in the league. See, this is why, Angel Reese, you got to learn how to just chill out sometime. Now you look crazy. I told y'all, remember, I told y'all.
Angel Reese's Reebok deal is falling apart fast. and the basketball world can't stop watching the train wreck unfold.
Angel Reese has been absolutely fantastic in the month of July. Has been absolutely fantastic in the month of July. We are not questioning that. But today, this was the hate watch of dreams. Angel Reese coming in 2 of 6 with 9 turnovers in garbage time. And you better believe there is no better player in the entire WNBA than Angel Reese in garbage time.
She was supposed to be the next big thing, a champion, a culture changer, the face of Reebok's comeback.
We have some Angel Reese news, man. She came out and said, I'm at the top of the scouting report when it comes to playing against teams.
But now, commentators are literally laughing at her on live TV, and her highlight reels are viral for all the wrong reasons.
And now, folks, listen to this. Listen to this. We have the commentators that are actually laughing at this.
To be able to attack and finish inside, and Washington has done that incredibly well so far. Reese missed the first one, still with it, blocked.
They realized that they were laughing and then quickly stopped themselves like, oh, I can't laugh. I'm live right now.
If you believe this deal is doomed, go ahead and comment Reebok below. How did Reebok go from betting big on Angel Reese to quietly preparing for what might be the most awkward shoe launch in basketball history? Let's break it down. Reebok made headlines when they signed Angel Reese as the face of their basketball revival. Shaquille O'Neal himself backed the move. The promise was huge. A signature shoe in 2026, fresh energy, and a bold new face of the brand. But in the WNBA, that face is turning red. In one brutal sequence, Angel Reese missed 4 consecutive putbacks in 12 seconds. 2 were blocked. The clip exploded online, except not as a moment of resilience.
Let's get it! Only lost by 25 this time! Bang! Stat stuffer coming hot with the stats. She went 0 of 8, 5 turnovers, and she got 1 hit stick. Bang! She had 12 rebounds. 8 of them were the me-bounds, if you know what I'm saying. All right, let's get it going. How about it? Bang! Again, there's another me-bound. Let's do it again. Bang! Another me-bound. Do it again. Bang! Another me-bound. One more time. Bang! Wait, you're allowed to pass the ball? Someone tell her when you travel, you need your real ID now!
It became a meme, circus music, slow-mo edits, and commentators trying not to laugh, but failing. One even chuckled live on air, then realized he was broadcasting and panicked.
Be able to attack and finish inside, and Washington has done that incredibly well so far. Reese missed the first one, still with it, blocked. Give this one to...
We have commentators laughing at this.
Washington has done that incredibly well so far. Reese missed the first one, still with it, blocked.
This isn't an isolated moment. This is the trend. Reese is shooting just 31.5% on layups, despite attempting the 3rd most in the entire league.
Let's take a look, man. So this is what I was talking about in my other video, right? This is late in the game, 4th quarter. And I mean chucking them. She was chucking them, man. Now, it's these type of moments that people use to discredit her great rebounding skills. She's a phenomenal rebounder. Her hustle is crazy. But when you're doing something like this, people aren't gonna take you serious.
That's a professional athlete, a 6'3" forward, missing shots that high school JV players knock down in their sleep. Her overall field goal percentage looks okay at 44%, until you remember nearly all of her shots come from under the basket.
Lack of awareness combined with a lack of ability to jump. Not great. Bang!
Me bow, me bow, me bow, me bow, me bow, me bow, me bow.
Yeah! Again. Do it for me. Rebound. Bang! Okay, new strategy, team. Angel, keep doing your part. Everyone else, go rebound her misses. Bang! If she keeps missing layups at this rate, she's gonna be serving buttermilk pancakes at Denny's. Butter? Did somebody say butter? Butter pecan! Bang! At a certain point, you just got to applaud greatness. A me-bound on her back? Are you kidding? Bang! Simon says, give me another pray-up. How about it? Bang! She really hit under the basket on a layup. Get this girl GPS. Bang! Everybody get up on your feet. It's time to meet and greet the most underpaid athlete. Bang! bang!
Most pros hit layups at 70 to 80%. Angel, it's a coin toss. And fans know it. One commentator joked she reminded him of a 3-year-old throwing bricks on a toddler hoop. Painfully accurate and painful to watch. The internet isn't kind, but when you become a walking blooper reel, you can't blame the fans for pressing record.
All that matters to the lonely men who follow Angel Reese on social media is that she looks good. But like I told you guys the other day, an excellent performance from Angel Reese, it is rare. It's like seeing a hole-in-one on a par 5, or locating a flea on an elephant's ass without a microscope. It's possible it might happen once or twice, but it's not something that happens often. And in the case of Angel Reese, it damn sure doesn't happen in back-to-back games.
TikTok now has entire playlists titled Angel Reese Layup Fails with millions of views. One creator posted 36 compilations and counting.
Angel Reese, part 53, let's get it! We love pray-ups. I heard she wanted to dye her hair, and the stylist said, what color you want? And she said, butter pecan! She gets blocked by defenders who don't even bother jumping. Me bound. One more time. She almost had a triple-double. One more turnover and she would have had it. 9 turnovers is crazy, so it's a no-look poop pass. Oh no! Hey, does anyone know how that party rock song goes? Every day I'm shuffling. Do, 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 do.
And while that generates clicks, it's not the kind of content that sells performance basketball shoes. Reebok's execs wanted a culture-defining moment. What they got instead was viral infamy. Reebok planned the launch like it was their next Iverson moment. CEO Todd Krinsky even compared Angel Reese to AI and Shaq. The difference? Shaq and Iverson were actually great at basketball. Insiders now say Reebok is panicking. They're considering delaying the launch, rebranding the shoe as lifestyle instead of performance, or scrapping the whole thing. And can you blame them? They can't sell a shoe built for winners when the star can't hit a wide-open layup. It's not just Angel. The Chicago Sky are falling apart too. They're 7-21. They've lost 8 in a row. They're 0-5 when Reese doesn't play, but somehow worse when she does. It's a paradox. Her presence doesn't help, but her absence doesn't either. That's not a star player. That's a liability in sneakers. Even Coach Tyler Marsh is struggling to defend her.
Coach Tyler Marsh, the Chicago Sky coach, finally came out and admitted to the things that I was saying, man. It is crazy. Chicago Sky head coach admits Angel Reese's mistake. During his press conference post-game, Sky head coach Tyler Marsh admitted he needed to do a better job facilitating his bigs like Reese and Cardoso. Come on, man. I've got to be better at getting the ball into our post players, Marsh said via Chicago Sky.
He talks about potential and positivity, but when your main contribution is rebounding your own misses and yelling, "You can't guard me," after a brick, there's only so much spin you can apply. Her visibility has skyrocketed, but not for the reasons brands want. When Caitlin Clark sat out a Fever vs. Sky matchup due to injury, ticket prices dropped from $100 to just $5. That's right, Angel Reese couldn't even keep the crowd interested, and yet she still gets the highlight treatment. Just not the highlights she hoped for. It's the kind of fame you don't build a shoe empire on. Reebok now faces a marketing disaster. They've invested millions into a player whose most famous move is missing layups. They backed charisma over consistency, clout over craft. And the result? A potential PR meltdown just waiting for 2026. The worst part, they can't pivot to another player without admitting failure, and they can't keep pushing forward without risking complete embarrassment. They might delay, they might rebrand, but more and more insiders believe they're quietly searching for a way out. Meanwhile, Reese's injury has been a blessing in disguise, giving Reebok's marketing team time to figure out how to spin bloopers into sneaker sales. But time is running out. If the performances don't change, this might become the most humiliating endorsement backfire in modern basketball history. So what do you think? Was Angel Reese always overrated, or did Reebok just make a massive gamble that failed before it ever started? If you're still watching, drop Reebok in the comments. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications for more WNBA drama, deep dives, and breakdowns just like this one. We'll see you in the next video.
That's a PNW win! W's in the chat. W's in the chat. Oh my gosh. That one just aged me, but we're getting better. Shoot, good win.
Sophie Cunningham got body slammed. No whistle, no foul, just silence. And Caitlin Clark, she finally snapped. The Fever's star guard, still sidelined with injury, watched her teammate get thrown to the hardwood with zero accountability. And for the first time in weeks, she couldn't stay silent. She exploded at the refs in front of a packed arena. And the moment went viral in seconds.
He is once again refereeing this game. He watches this happen right in front of him. There's so much contact on the play and he does nothing. He doesn't blow his whistle. He doesn't stop the play. He doesn't call a foul here. And then what happens after that is a direct reaction to the first call not being played.
If you're as sick of the WNBA refs ruining games as Caitlin is, drop a spicy Sophie in the comments right now. Let's show the league that fans are done being quiet. But this wasn't just about one missed call. What happened in Indiana's win over the Seattle Storm exposed the ugly truth fans have been screaming about all season long.
Breaking down everything that has happened with the WNBA referees, because we have another game and we have another situation where WNBA referees fail to make the right calls against Caitlin Clark and the Fever. But then people want to get mad when Sophie Cunningham pretty much did what she did. If the referees ain't gonna do it, somebody got to do something, right?
And now, the entire league is under fire. It all started late in the Fever versus Storm game. Sophie Cunningham grabbed a defensive rebound and began to secure the ball when a Seattle player came flying in like it was Sunday Night Football, bodying Sophie straight to the floor.
It's going to be a jump. Now here it looked like a jump. There, this looks like a foul to me.
Yeah.
No call. The ref was right there, front row seat, didn't even blink. It was a blatant hit, a dangerous one. And yet, play continued like nothing happened. That's when Caitlin Clark, 7 games deep into a groin injury, stood up from the bench and screamed, "You were right in front of her."
Indiana, and you can see Caitlin saying, "You were right in front of her. What made you?"
Her voice echoed through the arena. The frustration wasn't just about Sophie, it was about everything. The dirty hits, the inconsistency, the complete lack of protection for the league's most watched players. The truth is, this kind of stuff is happening everywhere. Becky Hammond's been melting down publicly.
They were delaying the game. They were trying to look on the replay to see if they should challenge it, and they were delaying the game, and it's not right. I was trying to get them, the officials, to pass my player the ball so they could shoot their free throw. And while they're doing a long substitution and jabbing in and out of you can go look at it. Kelly, tell me how many seconds burnt off while they were deciding as a team whether to challenge the call. That's what I was upset about. That's what I voiced to them. It's not managing the game well. And so that's what I was letting them hear.
Kelsey Plum showed up to a post-game press conference covered in scratches, furious over only getting 6 free throws.
And I'm gonna get fined for saying this, but like, I drive more than anyone in the league. So to shoot 6 free throws is absurd. And I got scratches on my face, I got scratches on my body, and these guards on the other team get these ticky-tack fouls, and I'm sick of it. I get fouled like that every possession, Ricky, but I mean, they're fouling the out of me every single play. So I'm very frustrated with that, and I'm sick of it. I'm sick of it. I don't know what I need to do. I talk to the refs nice. I pray before the game. Like, I'm over it.
And while players get tossed to the floor without a call, the WNBA had no problem fining Sophie $500 for making a TikTok joking about refs.
And Sophie Cunningham gets fined $500, $500 by Kathy Angle Braindead and the WNBA for speaking out against officiating on TikTok.
The message: you can assault someone on the court and they'll look away, but mock the refs online. Now it's serious. Even WNBA Commissioner Kathy Engelberg added fuel to the fire, claiming only losing teams complain about officiating. Seriously, Maybe someone should tell her that when your biggest star is getting beat up every night, it's not about wins or losses. It's about safety, integrity, and the very future of the league. But while the refs stayed silent, Sophie let her game do the talking.
Sophie Cunningham. Sophie the Trophy Cunningham. What 4 for 5 from 3. 5 for 6 from the field. The only player on the Indiana Fever to make her threes tonight. The Indiana Fever were 4 of 21 from downtown. And Sophie Cunningham hit all 4 of those threes. 17 points. And the difference between this and the Lynx game, which was Sophie Cunningham's last really good breakout game, this wasn't late. This was, oh, we're struggling offensively. Somebody needs to come through. And Sophie Cunningham came through for us, right? This wasn't the game was already put out. This was, we need somebody to put the ball in the bucket. Sophie Cunningham gets ignored for the first 5 minutes of the game. Boom, backdoor pass, layup here. To the wing, 3-point shot here. To the wing, 3-point shot there. And the threes that Sophie Cunningham made, she had one wide open 3. On a fast break, Kelsey Mitchell gives it to her. Sophie comes down, pull up 3, bang. All the other 3-point shots, Sophie Cunningham had a hand in her face. A hand in her face, and she hit the shot. 17 points, 5 rebounds, 2 assists, a +2. Sophie Cunningham was also a positive on the defensive end. Sophie Cunningham had herself a game tonight.
She dropped 17 points on 5 of 6 shooting, going 4 for 5 from deep. And get this, she was the only Fever player to make a single 3 all game. The rest of the team went 0 for 17 from downtown. Sophie hit all 4. Fans are calling her the Blonde Bomber, and it's not hard to see why. Since backing up Caitlin during that Connecticut brawl weeks ago, Sophie's confidence has exploded. She's gained over 800,000 new followers, her jersey sales are surging, and she's quickly becoming the most clutch player on the team. Forget enforcer, Sophie Cunningham is now the engine. Still, no Fever win would be complete without a near disaster. They had a 12-point lead in the 4th quarter, and in classic fashion, they nearly blew it.
About they work it, right block in the rookie. Malonga scores off the window. Top now, Wheeler wide open, left wing 3, got it. But it's a steal from Diggins. Oh, Skylar does, and 1. Diggins stopping her feet around the left elbow. Emotional bucket for her.
Kelsey Mitchell had a nightmare game, going 3 for 16 from the field and 0 for 8 from deep. Watching her shoot was like watching someone try to play piano with oven mitts. But thankfully, other stars stepped up. Aaliyah Boston delivered another dominant double-double, 16 points, 12 rebounds, and a personal 9-point run that saved the game.
Boston scores off the backboard right side. Pick and roll, AB muscles it in.
Natasha Howard quietly added 21 points, playing with the poise and leadership this young team desperately needs when Clark isn't running the show.
5 on the shot clock. McDonald to a cutting Howard, the runner rattles in. McDonald to Howard in stride, what a dime!
Without those two, Indiana would have walked out with a loss, no doubt. Yes, Indiana won. Yes, Sophie dominated, but none of that fixes what's really broken. This isn't just about a bad call, it's about a broken system. Sophie Cunningham being thrown to the ground without a whistle was symbolic, a perfect snapshot of what's rotting at the core of WNBA officiating. Caitlin Clark's outburst wasn't just emotion, it was desperation, anger, exhaustion, and fans felt it. Because this league has a problem where refs can't identify obvious fouls, a problem where players get injured from repeated hits with no consequences, a problem that could destroy everything this season was supposed to be. The WNBA finally has momentum, viewership is up, arenas are full, storylines are sizzling. But if the product on the court feels rigged, if stars are being brutalized without protection, all of that growth can vanish in a heartbeat. Sophie Cunningham is proving she's ready to carry the load while Clark recovers. Aaliyah Boston looks like her dominant self again. Natasha Howard is the rock. But this team cannot keep winning if they're forced to play against 2 opponents every night, the opposing team and the refs. The league needs to fix this now, because if they don't, even the Blonde Bomber won't be able to save them. This season was supposed to be the WNBA's turning point. Instead, it's turning into a cautionary tale about what happens when you let officiating incompetence define your league. So if you're still watching, drop Spicy Sophie in the comments to let the league know we see what's happening. And be sure to subscribe, like, and turn on notifications, because if things keep spiraling like this, you're going to want front row seats. See you in the next one.